Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Almost 6 a.m., February 6th. Prices of BTC currently at 96.60. I hope you guys have been watching these reviews just stack up. Man, everyone is doing so great. We've got a lot of new members in the community. We offered 50% discount off in January for the new year. And so we got in a lot of people. If you didn't take advantage of that, you still have an opportunity to get the regular membership before we close off our memberships in March, okay? If you go to the Cryptosomniac.com website, click the products page right there, and you'll be at this page right here. Click the Advantage membership, buy the subscription, and then message me with a proof of your screenshot or your email you signed up with, okay? And you will have access to the Advantage community. So you're probably wondering, okay, what do I get with the access? Well, first things first, in the Advantage side, these are all the locked channels that you get access to, all right? I post unofficial setups right there, trades that I'm not taking but look good to me, master charts, which are my charts, personal charts that I'm looking at, how I draw fibs and extensions and SR levels and indicators I use. User requested is if you have a question on what kind of technicals are lining up for, say, XYZ project, I will answer those questions right there. Bitcoin analysis, which is this video right now, but with that, you get multiple videos through the day and you get a live session in the evening time with me to show you exactly what we're seeing by the end of the day. So while you're seeing this in the morning, or rather it's my morning, by the end of the day, as the day winds down, the daily candle closes, I do another second session, okay? So it's not enough that you just watch this video because you don't get these updates through the day letting you know how prices progress, right? As you guys very well know, in a span of 10, 12 hours through the day, anything can happen with price action, okay? So if you are part of the community, you will see these live sessions every single day, all right? And these updates every single day, okay? And then over here, we have leverage trading channels where I show you the alt leverage trades that I'm in, the BTC long leverage trades, shorts, and then fast scalp high leverage. These are slightly riskier trades where I'll say it's a quick in and out, you know, maybe less than an hour, less than 30-minute trades, okay? And then obviously these are our group chats, right? This is the Trader Talk Alts channel where we only discuss altcoins, and this is the BTC Trader Talk where it's only Bitcoin discussion, okay? And then obviously we have now a new analyst, okay? Our new analyst, Faisal, he's been trading in the equity markets for a couple of years, and he's giving you daily pre-market, post-market updates, okay? He's also chatting up with the members of exactly how the equity markets are looking, what stocks he's trading, what trades he's in, where he's looking to get in and get out. Again, obviously all this information is not financial advice, but we do our best to feed you guys a ton of education and knowledge to show you how you can make money consistently in these markets like we do, okay? But again, you know, I can't tell you what to buy or what to sell. I can only show you what I'm doing, right? Because it would be illegal if I told you what to do. Okay, so anyway, so let's get to the analysis, right? What you've been waiting for and you're watching this video. So for now, folks, by now you've watched my video for maybe a few weeks, a few months, and you've recognized my style, you've maybe understood my techniques. And so I'm really glad that, you know, you're watching my free content. But if you really want to learn more and ask more questions, you want to get onto the Advantage side, okay? Because when I start drawing, you know, SR levels like this, and we're looking for key areas to buy or sell, I let my Advantage community know through the day what I'm looking to buy. So by the time you watch this video, those levels could have changed, price could have changed completely, structure could have changed, So you can see why it may not be as useful for you to just simply only watch these videos and not take advantage of our advantage program, okay? All right, so on the 60-minute chart, right, what we see right now is a descending parallel channel, okay? So first touch right there, second touch, and then third touch, right? And so now what we want to see is we want to see price sort of breaking out of this channel, all right? Because we've gotten some slow pickup in volume, right? I mean, it looks very low, but still, it's consistent volume that need to pick up more to push outside this channel, okay? We do not want to come back and end up down here, all right? Because we don't want to stay in the structure too long. Number one, because we also tested this previous area right here, resistance as support right there, okay, multiple times, right? And this high of the structure, we also tested as support. So we've tested pretty much most parts of the structure that was previous resistance right there, previous, wick high resistance as support and support. So now what we want to do is we just want to keep moving up and out, okay? We don't want to spend too much time up here, all right? On the 4-hour chart, this is where things get a little interesting, all right? And I'm gonna show you guys on a different 4-hour chart, okay, over here, all right? So on a 4-hour time frame, okay, we got obviously a lot of volume in this movement right here. So this is very good, healthy volume. Also a lot of short squeezing that happened, right? So if you were shorting, down here, you got squeezed out of your position as prices just ripped on up. And we hit all the way up to about 97.75, okay? So you're probably wondering, okay, well, is this the top? Are we going to go down from here? Well, it's really hard to tell, right? Again, on a 4-hour time frame, all we've really done is, again, tested this key area, this key resistance as support. So if you're testing a key resistance as support, you need to just bounce off that support and keep moving up and away, okay? That is the basics of technicals, one of the more fundamental things about technicals, okay? Now, we're also in this ascending parallel channel. So first touch right there, second, third, fourth. Now we're looking for a touch at the top of the channel, okay? Simply based on pivots, all right, we can make the argument that we bounced off the 4-hour pivot right there. And so if we're moving up, at the very least, we should hit this R1 pivot again. And we should get up to the R2 pivot around 10,170 or R3 pivot around 1077, okay? I would probably figure we're gonna go somewhere up here. I don't know if we're just gonna go straight up, but this would be a perfect pivot, the R3. By the way, you can click on these, double click on them, and just close out the historical pivots. So you're only looking at the ones that are more appropriate for today and tomorrow, right? So R3 would be great because it's, number one, right at the top of the channel, and number two, it's touching the highs of these right here, the highs of these wicks, okay? So the upper half of the channel. And so that would be a perfect area for price to reach up towards around 10,700. And, guess what happens once we get to 10,700, okay? So let's dial out to the daily chart, okay? Once we get up to 10,700, that's up here, okay? That's above this wick high. Then officially we have basically created a new bull trend because we've now created a higher high as per these previous lower highs right here, right? This was the last little lower high right here. And once we get up here, even if it's by $1 or $10, that's your higher high, okay? So I'd be looking for that area, up around 10.7 to be that target. Now, other targets that are in the way, we could start making the argument that there's another pivot as per the daily chart around 10,300, okay? So if you want to just simply trade off pivots, that's totally fine, because you could see if you start going back out on the 4-hour time frame, right? We bounced off perfectly at the pivot and then we hit that R1, right? So it makes sense that at the very least, we'll try towards the R2 if we break through this one successfully to the upside, okay? And I would figure that the bulls want to continue that momentum. You don't want to spend too much time up here because we've for the most part, broken through a majority of the resistance, right? I mean, all this supply right here, we've already smashed it, once. We spent 7 days inside supply, so that's 2 times, and now we're again climbing up, right? So I don't see why we can't head up towards 10,000 or 10,500, which is this wick high, okay? If we start looking on the 3-day chart as well, we had a nice, very big bullish candle, right? And like I said, the low of this wick, 75.30, tested the high of this area right here, which is 75.28. So you can see that's a pretty perfect retest. The new 3-day candle that just started, which you can also look at as this new daily candle, all we did was come down, retest the top of this area, and now we should be moving back up. With such a bullish, aggressive candle, right? And if you look on the XO chart, with so much positive delta volume that came into yesterday's candle, $368 million and then 3.8 billion contracts exchanged, with so much positive delta volume, I would expect that the following candle would also be bullish. Okay, doesn't mean it has to be as aggressive as the one yesterday, right? But it should still be bullish. I would not expect a big bearish candle right here. And I don't expect a follow-up bearish candle either. I would probably expect continuation to the upside or a pause for today, and then maybe continuation over the next day or two, okay? And then obviously on the daily, you want to see continuation of volume as well. You want to see increasing volume, okay? Aside from that, I mean, we still have the 200 moving average below us. I read a statistic that oftentimes when Bitcoin in bullish markets, when it starts closing above the 200 moving average, you get on average a typical plus 197% return from the point of the bottom where Bitcoin had put in the bottom. So if we're marking that out, right, 197% return, say if this was a bottom and then we finally broke above the 200 moving average, that's purple line right there, 197% return should be, let's see here, up around $19,000, $20,000, okay? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's the statistic, okay? And that's, historically over the last 7 to 10 years, Bitcoin has done that, okay? Now, the levels I'm looking at, I've pointed out to you before, okay? If we're looking on the daily chart, all right, I'm definitely looking towards the R1, all right? And I'm also looking towards this right here, okay? So there's this way to do it. I'm gonna show you guys on my monthly chart. Okay, let's close out these pivots first. All right. On my monthly chart, this is how things look, okay? I'm targeting the retracement from this high to this low and all the way up to the 618 fib. Okay, so that's around about $11,000 right there, all right? That would probably be the high of this movement. I'd be comfortable with that. I'd be comfortable taking a lot of profit in this area, okay? Alternatively, we could also, maybe hit this area right here, which is around 10,700, 10,800, which was the monthly closing of this candle and the monthly opening of this candle, okay? So pretty close to that 11,000 area, okay? I would probably figure that that would be the high of, this bullish movement that's coming up, all right? Now, again, going back to XO, in this daily candle, we really don't want to see too much negative delta volume. You want to keep it sort of low, less than, let's just say, $50 to $60 million. And if it's positive, you want to see a nice positive candle. Or even if it's, small positive, like 10, 20 million, that means there's still, pressure building up from the bulls, and they're ready to kind of keep driving up the price. What you don't want to see is, a big negative candle, kind of like this one, negative 100 million, negative delta right there, okay? Or something like, let's see here. We haven't had too many high negative delta candles. So that's good. I mean, again, you could see that the pressure is showing you that bulls are ready to kind of consistently keep pushing this up. And I don't really know where the end goal is, but like I said, based on my monthly chart, this is where I'd be aiming, 10.8 and 11,000 area, okay? So anyway, folks, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys come join the Advantage side. We've been in a long since yesterday, averaging around $95.90, $9,600. And all we did was sort of look at this, low time frame chart, come back to this consolidation, buy the retest, and now we're moving up pretty nicely, right? Almost $50, $60 above our buy-in. So things are looking good. We just now want to see continuation, okay? Anyway, folks, come join Advantage, and I will talk to y'all soon. All right, take care. Cheers.